Mike Owens with Inside Fighting here, joined today by Jacqueline Amorim, who returns to action next Saturday night, facing Vanessa Demopolous. Jacqueline, great to sit down and chat for the first time. How are things with you today?
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here. Everything's good. So I'm excited for the interview.
It's been 6 months since we last saw you fight. How are your emotions ahead of your return?
It's been good. I feel like every day, like every fight that I fight in the UFC, like it makes me more mature fight. Every time I step on the octagon or out of the octagon after a fight, I try to improve on things that I know I'm not good at. So, and then because when you're fight camp, you train specific for the person that you're fighting. So I think most of the lessons that I take out of every fight, as to grow and be more mature fight is like it is every time I step out of the octagon, doesn't matter if I win or if I lose, I wanna always improve things that I'm not good at.
I know that you wanted to fight back home in Sao Paulo in Brazil in May. Was there a reason why we haven't seen you fight, or was that just difficulty in getting a matchup?
Was actually difficult because my last fight ended really quick, so I didn't have any damage, like no injuries or anything. So I asked to fight right away in Brazil in May. I think they could not find an opponent. I asked to fight in June, July. They actually find me somebody to fight in August in Abu Dhabi, August 3rd. But unfortunately, like with the coach's schedule, with the dates and everything, I would not be able to compete. So I asked to push one more week ahead, but my opponent didn't accept, which is fine. And then finally now I'm able to fight again on September 7th.
Well, before we talk about your fight, I think I saw on your socials you were in Las Vegas last weekend for ADCC and CJI. Did you attend those events?
Yes, I was at HCC, didn't have the opportunity to go to CGI, but I saw the videos and it was amazing. But HCC as well was a really good tournament. And I was there actually to help a friend. She's about my size, so we train together jiu-jitsu. So I was there to help her warm up and everything.
We obviously saw Craig Jones against Gabby Garcia at the CJI. What did you make of the crossover fight between Jones and Garcia?
Uh, to be honest, I think it was actually the whole build up to CGI was great. Like I think it got a lot of attention. A guy like for a girl. I know both of them. I like both of them. I think what they did for the sport it was great. Like for get more the public to watch and.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think just like good and positive things about it. I have nothing bad to say about them. I think it was great. Yeah, I hope they can keep doing like events like that for jiu-jitsu. I think it's really important. I think that's what jiu-jitsu was missing at the time that I was competing jiu-jitsu. So I'm very happy to see how the sport grow the years.
We'll be back to the interview in just a second, but first and foremost, college football is finally back, and Inside Fighting are partner with DraftKings to bring you an incredible new offer. New DraftKings customers who bet $5 will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly just by signing up using promo code Inside Fighting. Enjoy! Well, let's talk about your next fight. As I mentioned at the start, you're facing Vanessa Demopolous next Saturday. Give me your scouting report on your next opponent, what you think she does well, and maybe areas that you're looking to have the advantage in.
I'm actually really excited for this fight. I know, I believe the fight will be a great challenge for me to show where I am on the division. I know she's come off for two victories. Did a lot of video on her. She's a tough opponent. I think she's well rounded. She never shy away from a fight. I know she's gonna come in aggressive. So, and that'll be good to me to fight somebody like that. See how I'm gonna impose myself because my fight was never really long, or I was never able to show all the things that I've been working on yet. So maybe this will be the fight like to challenge me and show like that I can also be a good well-rounded fight.
Vanessa, when she comes for a fight. She makes it a scrappy contest. She could really get in there and get involved. Are you expecting that kind of fight, and are you happy to have that kind of fight, or do you want to keep this fight more clean and more technical and more in your on your terms?
Yes, I know. I believe she'll come to the fight to put on a show, and I'm ready for that. But I think my style, in my game is more look for the openings and be more technical. Because I think less damage you get on a fight is better for you. So, but we're ready for everything. If she's trying to fight, we're gonna also not shy away from the fight. So I'm just so excited, like to show how technical I improve in this whole camp.
Because if memory serves, all but one of your wins have come via all but one of your wins. Seven of your eight wins have finished in the first round. That's correct. That's the stat. Apologies, I got myself mixed up. Are you expecting another fast finish in this one?
I want to say I expect. Like, I would just say that I always expect for myself that I go there. I'm not always going to look for the finish. If, of course, my main goal is finish the fight. I'm a jiu-jitsu practice. I'm always looking for the submission. I'm always going to look for the opens. But she's a tough opponent, so we don't know yet. But the goal is to dominate, even if we get the submission or not, win every round and just think about every round. But of course, if you see any opens, that's my game. That's what I like to do. I like to go there and finish the fight. I don't want to just want to go there and win for win. No, I always look for the finish.
Talking about the finish, I have to ask about your last fight, a strange ending against Cory McKenna. I know you've had some time to reflect on that fight, and how do you look back on the fight and specifically the stoppage?
Yes, when I rewatched the video, I know I think it might be right for the people who is watching on the TV.
Mm.
I think the reason the ref actually stopped the fight on the first tap was because she kind of did like a verbal tap.
Mm.
She was like kind of like yelling a little bit in pain. So I think that's why he came in and say stop. But then she say no, 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 I'm fine. And then he say keep it going, keep it going. So I have to try to finish the fight again. And happily I was able to finish the fight.
Have you ever had a situation like that before? I know that you're a vastly decorated BJJ practitioner. Have you ever had another situation where a ref has stopped in and stopped the contest for a second and then asked you to continue?
Yeah, actually, I did in jiu-jitsu tournaments. It's if you guys believe or not, it's kind of common to happen. Sometimes they tap and then the ref doesn't see it. They say they didn't tap. So, and I think that's why people say, "Oh, but you were so calm, like to regain the position." But I think that's because of the competitions in jiu-jitsu. So it happened to me before, so I was calm, maintain secure the position, try to finish again. And I think that's why I was able, like, to put in that in the MMA fights too.
So what's going through your head as all of this unfolds, as the referee steps in slightly, what's going through your head? And then as he asks you to recontinue, how do you switch your focus back on to getting that finish locked in?
Um, yeah, when he say stop and he say okay, keep going. So my head was just like I need to finish the fight because I knew like if she would escape, it would be hard for me to regain the position. It would be nothing that I can do, even though I knew she verbal tap. So I was like, no, I need to keep on the position, and I could hear my corner. They say, keep it going, keep it going, keep try to finish it, don't stop, like Fox, and that's what I did. And thankfully everything worked out at the end.
I know that you're, as I said, I know that you're a vastly decorated BJJ practitioner. How do you think your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stacks up in the rest of the strawweight division?
Yes, I think I have potential to be one of the best. I believe in myself I can be one of the best grapplers in the UFC. My style in jiu-jitsu, it was always aggressive, always look for the finish. And I think that's a very good thing to have because a lot of people they train jiu-jitsu, but they don't have a lot of submissions, like they just win by points or the fight is boring, it's a ref decision. And I think my whole career was not like that. Or I even joke sometimes with my friends because I say, listen, I'm going to try to figure get the finish or I don't get the finish. That's it's like, oh, I win or I don't win. So, it's like, because I'm always so aggressive, I want to get the finish. And yeah, I think this is what separate me sometimes for some grapplers. I think it's just my style of fighting. Like, I believe like I push more for the submissions, like my whole career, than actually just win by points the fights.
It feels like it's important for you to entertain the fans while you fight. Is that true?
Mhm. No, actually, no. Like I never think about. I just try to focus on what I can do, what I want to show in there. Of course, I want to entertain the fans. I think that's what the fans like. They like the finish. They don't want to watch boring fights.
Mm.
And yeah, I just wanted to also like because a lot of people say like, oh, grappling is boring. Or they start to boo or something take down. And I get it. Sometimes you don't want to like watch the person take down and just be on top of them, try to win. No, that's why in my head when I was gonna take the person out now, I'm gonna look for the finish, I'm gonna power whatever that I can finish this fight. No, I don't want to just be as no as like a boring grappling. No, I want to show that grappling can also be entertaining.
Is there a fight in the strawweight division where you would like to test your grappling against another grappler? Is there somebody you go, maybe not right now, but maybe in the future, I would like to test my BJJ against their BJJ in an MMA setting?
Yes, I know I'm far away still from these girls, but I always look up to them. And I think it'll be a great child. I think Mackenzie Dern and Virna, great grapplers. I think even Tatiana Suarez, great grappler, like great wrestling. I think in the future that will be a really like good fight for everybody to watch it.
I feel like if you win this fight, you're maybe close to a top 15 fight next. Do you want to climb the rankings of your division quickly, or do you want to continue developing your skills and taking a slightly slower approach?
I do. I believe that after this fight, I do think that I'll get a fight to get on the top 15. That's what I want. I want to be a ranked fighter, but I also don't want to have the rush and do a big step like on my career that I not ready yet, and then we hurt me uh, in the future. So I want to take my time. I know I have a lot to grow, improve a lot of things on my game yet. My game is not where I want to be, and I put a lot of work to like be a complete fighter. So I think not a slow pace, but a good like pace to climb the ranks. I think could be good for me, and then yeah, that's what I want for now.
And this is your third fight in the UFC Apex. I know you made your debut in front of a crowd, but I imagine after this fight you would like to fight in front of a stadium, in front of thousands of fans screaming your name.
Yes, I can't wait. Like I'm still like I feel like not sad, I would say, but like I'm kind of a little bit frustrated for my debut. Like was in front of everybody. I didn't perform my best. I was not able to show what I was capable of. So I just can't wait. Now I keep telling my coach, man, we're gonna find the big crowns again. But I think it was a great experience for me. Like my first fight didn't go as I was planned, but I think I had this happen at the beginning, then later in the future, they opened my eyes for a lot of things. And yeah, I just can't wait to public to see me again. Hopefully in the future on some of the big cards.
Is there one arena around the world, or one city, or one country that you have a bucket list that you would like to fight in before it's all said and done?
I would love to find in Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena. I think it's so iconic. Like if especially like on the summer, they have the whole UFC week. I think it's one of my dreams to find on that card in June, July. So I think that's gonna be one of my biggest like goals in the UFC.
I must say, and I know that you're based out of American Top Team in Florida, but your English is fantastic. Was that a conscious decision to try to improve your ability to speak the English language? Because we do see from non-native English speakers that the one of the keys to becoming a star in the UFC is to be able to speak to the American fans.
Yes, I moved to US in 2013, but I was back and forth in Brazil like for 5 years because the visa issues. And then I think 6 years ago, I was able to stay the whole time, and I started to teach kids jiu-jitsu class. So that's when I started to have to really like improve my English, because you cannot speak for a kid and know like little words. So and I think that helped me a lot of my English. My fiance is also American, so we speak constantly English. And I do think it's very important for athletes for outside the US who doesn't speak English. I always encourage my Brazilian friends, hey, let's try to speak English. It'll be better, it'll be helpful. People can understand you, can see you, know you better. So I think that's, and thank you for saying my English is good. I'm still improving, so I'm trying my best to get better. I still have like a heavy accent.
No, it's very good. I expected you to struggle with my accent, but you haven't needed me to repeat any of my questions, so that is always a good sign. For those who don't know, we were supposed to record a couple of days ago. We had to push that back, but on the same day that we were supposed to record, you actually got engaged to your partner. So congratulations, and does that add any motivation or any extra emotion going into this fight in just over 2 weeks' time?
Uh, thank you. So I'm in a great place in my life. Wasn't expected at all the engagement, like because I thought like we have a lot going on, like you say. So we didn't even celebrate as much because everybody knows I'm a fight camp, so we cannot go out and party. I will celebrate whatever. My whole focus is on the fight now, and whole celebration to be later. Hopefully, if I win and celebrate my engagement. But yeah, my everything is great. My life, I'm in a better place in my life, mentally, physically. I feel like I'm more mature fight, and yeah, I'm just ready to go. I can't wait for next week.
Couple more questions from me, and thank you so much for your time. I have to ask you about the champion in your division, Weili Zhang. She has defended the belt twice now. Who would you like to see her defend the belt against, or fight for the world title against next?
I think it's Tatiana Suarez. I want to see this fight. I think me as a grappler, I think will be a great fight to watch and see how she actually deals with a good wrestler, a good grappler, a bigger and longer opponent. So yeah, but Weili is great. She's a complete fighter, tough. Whoever has to fight her has to put on a best performance. You cannot just go in there and put your 60%. It has to be like 100%. Yeah, she's the champion for a reason. Yeah, I think Tatiana Suarez will be a great challenge for her.
Who do you think gives her the biggest challenge in the division?
My biggest challenge?
Who do you think gives Weili the biggest challenge in the rest of the division? Do you think it's Suarez, or do you think it's somebody else?
I think Yeah, maybe a good wrestler like Tatiana Suarez. I believe Virna might give her a hard time on the grappling base. I know she's on the talks to the title, so I don't know if he hold Tatiana next. But I think these two fights will be really like to see, because I don't feel like she ever really fought a good grappler, a good wrestler. Can try to hold her and do a different kind of game. So I think that will be interesting to see how she deals with that.
Well, turning the conversation back to yourself and this fight coming up, you can be as brief or as detailed as you like with this final question. But what I like to do is I like to ask for all of my guests for a walkthrough of their perfect fight day. So I'd like you to give me a walkthrough of what happens when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep at night next Saturday.
Uh, you say this week, like usually,
No,
or
no, no. I mean on the actual fight day. So on the 7th of September, what happens when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep at night?
first time when I wake up in the morning or fight day is just be grateful, pray for God. I'm just happy that I'm living my dream. I have nothing to complain. I do what I'm supposed to do. So I just ask Him protection. Sometimes I don't even ask for me. I just want to go there and perform myself, and with the result, whatever it is, I'm just grateful to perform and live my dream. Yeah, wake up in the morning, pray, have your coffee. Of course, I love espresso in the morning because that wakes me up. And they have a good breakfast. Usually in Las Vegas, we go to the arena today packs kind of early, so we have to be there like around 11. Depends on which fight are you in the car. So usually I get my breakfast and then stretch a little bit and go to the arena and just be there and ready to go. Because usually at 1 p.m. we were already fighting, so it's like in the morning it's like kind of quick, you know.
100%. Well, Jacqueline, thank you so much for the time. It was great to catch up for the first time. Have a great and safe rest of your camp, and best of luck for the fight next weekend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.